welcome back to the Signal Inside podcast, the podcast that analyzes and discusses some of our favorite pop culture phenomenon. I'm your host, Emily Wolfe, and with me I have...
Alyssa Shotwell, your online editor of The Signal.
Brandon Peña, the editor-in-chief.
And Katherine Rodriguez, I'm the audience engagement editor.
Okay, so our topic this week is Game of Thrones. This is a spoiler-heavy podcast. So if you haven't watched or read the books or anything like that, you might want to back away now. And that is also why Troyland isn't here today, because he knows nothing about Game of Thrones. I don't think he could mention one person's name. Like, he's real gone on that.
I mean, I finished the first season and could barely remember people's names. They said Ned in the second season. I was like, who's Ned? I'm like, oh! The meek.
Girl.
Oh, no.
It's very convoluted.
So, Game of Thrones started off as a book series that has since been adapted into a television show. But the thing here is the book series has not finished, and actually the TV show is further along. And we are now about to enter into the 8th and final season. So it's a little...
I know we need the background music to get in the mood, but I'm pretty sad that it's ending.
Yeah, I am too. It's really... it's the end of an era, I think. Even though there's going to be a prequel, or so they say. It's not going to be the same.
It's like with Sopranos. Like, that was a show of a period. I feel like
very complicated.
Yeah.
So basically, in and out of power constantly. An analogy for, and this is kind of referencing that. So that is what the show is about. Everyone's trying to fight over control of the Iron Throne. So we have three major families that I feel like people like identify as, like, I'm this house or whatever, and that is the Starks, the Lannisters, and the Targaryens. There are other houses still there. I'm not saying they're gone. They're still there. They could still...
Tons.
There's tons. They could still end up on the Iron Throne.
If you want to find out which house you belong to, go to uhlsignal.com.
Thanks for
our quiz.
That shout out.
Just had to do a plug real quick.
Or you can just be a Team Stark and just be a decent person. So there's that. Not biased
to
at
a fault
all.
where you die because you're so worried about your morals.
They got some left. Okay, but honestly, I am like Rob Stark to a T. Like,
Rob, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For attractiveness or other reasons?
No, like, if I had my ideals and like who I would be in that show, it would be Rob Stark.
So you'd be dead.
Oh, I would be dead. Do you think I can keep my mouth shut long enough to live? Nor can I run very fast. So I mean,
Who would you be?
Yeah, who would you be?
I'd like to think I would be Arya, but there's no way.
Yeah.
Seriously?
No. I don't know.
She's like my least favorite Stark.
I think I used to hate Sansa, so I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'd be a Sansa, but I feel like I wouldn't need as much to grow as she needed to grow over a long period. You're not there yet.
But she's also was like 13.
Yeah, but I wasn't like that when I was 13. Like, I can understand and empathize for her.
I was a mess.
But, like, she was, like, my least favorite character in the beginning, and she's not my favorort now. But I feel like we have more similarities.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd live as long as she did.
Brandon?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Who would you think? You guys know we've had enough.
I feel like this is a loaded question because these characters are messed up.
I know, like, it's like, do I like him or do I dislike him?
Okay.
That'd be Cersei. Just kidding, not at all.
Take out all of the Cersei stuff. I think you would be...
a Lannister?
I think you would be Lannister.
Wow.
I think he's very Tyrion-esque.
I feel like between...
Yeah, I was gonna say...
I feel you're a combination between the brothers.
Interesting.
That's why I said take out Cersei, because, like, you don't have a sister, you don't mess with your sister. But, like, other characteristics that he has, like, him and Tyrion are, like, the best Lannisters.
Okay,
have
so
moral.
it's so funny because I will
You'll
go...
be a Tyrion for sure.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Tyrion's, like, literally, like, my favorite character.
But
so, like,
Tyrion will say things out loud, but Brandon, like, thinks them. And then
It's
if you
very,
know
like,
who knows
That's why I
them.
always feel like I've related more to Arya.
To Arya?
Very internal.
Yeah, but she's more of a doer. Not that you're not, but you're very much.
That's a bird.
You like think and plan things out, and Arya's just
She's
like
brash.
Yeah, she's like just stab and
She
go.
plans. She has a whole list for several seasons.
But she has to be trained.
It's, yeah,
to do that.
but you're more calculating, I think.
But-
who
Who would I be?
Not you wouldn't be Cersei.
Obviously.
You wouldn't be
not.
Cersei.
I feel like
Khaleesi. I'll be Jon Snow.
But you know stuff.
Not everything.
Not everything for sure.
I don't know.
I think either you'd be like a Tyrell or Catelyn. I don't know.
Oh, you could be Catherine.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
The mom.
Not because your name is Catherine.
No, but like personality.
The mom Stark?
Yeah.
I think so.
Call me a mom.
Like no, not because my mom, but like she's like so committed, and
Yeah.
She's got a very strong
Like-
character.
like
but
she-
she already died. I want to be alive. Next
Point is, if this were
Well,
Game
like
of
that
Thrones,
too, so-
only Brandon would be alive if we were characters in the show.
I know. Right?
Oh, wow. That's good.
Probably.
Well, you chose Rob.
Yeah. Who did you choose?
I already forgot.
Arya.
Oh, Sansa. Oh, yeah, I might be alive.
Yeah,
But like,
I don't know.
before we go on, I never liked Joffrey, so don't associate that with Sansa and me. I never liked him from the beginning.
Okay.
yeah, he was
I don't think anyone's.
Yeah, but she did. Like,
Oh.
I would not do all that stuff for like an
Oh.
ideal version of Prince Charming.
You know who your Joffrey is?
But I mean-
Janelle Monáe.
No, why would you say that? Delete him from the podcast.
In terms of like obsessed was like.
So you're comparing
infatuated.
Janelle Monáe with
No,
a
I'm talking
freaking
like no.
torch, like a boy that
infatuation.
made of incestuation and you
Okay.
he tortures people.
You can't help how you're made.
I'm trying not to cuss right now.
So, moving on. Before this gets weird.
It's already weird.
So, when did y'all start like watching Game of Thrones, and like why did you decide to watch it?
I'm going to be completely honest. I spent years and years of my life not understanding any of the references or when people got obsessed with the show. But you know, the new season's coming up, and my boyfriend will say we gotta watch it. And even till like the first season, I was like, I don't get the hype.
Yeah.
But there's just something like the plot, the storyline, just like. I mean, how everybody dies at some point. It's just like you will never know what's going to happen in the next episode, and that's why it kept me hooked. And that's why I mean, to this day, I watched like 2 episodes yesterday. I'm trying to catch up before the new season comes out. It's just got something in the plot and the storyline, the characters. That I don't know, the landscape, like the cinematography is beautiful too.
Yeah.
So like, there's just so many things. I don't know what to say. Plus, Jon Snow.
I started watching when season 3 had just finished. I'd been told by, believe it or not, like teachers in my high school, and I was like, okay, but I heard it was very adult. Like, why are you telling me that? And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, because I talked about like fantasy and how much I like this and that, and I love history. And these were like history teachers telling me this, like geography, and stuff. And so they recommended it to me, and I watched it with my boyfriend. And we were hooked, like, really fast, even though I didn't know that was Ned's name. Because I was like, Ned, that doesn't even sound like it'd be a part of the Game of Thrones universe, but it was short for Eddard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started watching around season 3, and I would always, like, watch it after it all came out. This will be the first season that I'm going to watch after every Sunday, because I don't trust y'all. I don't want you to spoil.
Wow.
It's not just y'all, it's social media, but, like, I can get off social
It's mainly
media,
us.
True.
and I cannot talk to anybody in my classes, but I talk to you guys, and oh no.
For me, I started watching a couple years ago. I've always heard about it, but I never was like, oh, I'm gonna just like get HBO and watch this. But it was actually Liz Davis, shout out to her old editor. She was the one, she was like super into it. And so I was like, oh, this is interesting. And she was like, you should watch it. You would really like it. So I watched it, and I was like, I really like it. And so yeah.
So I started watching it because Hurricane Harvey was happening.
Oh yeah.
And my parents watched the show. My dad, I think, watched it from like the first episode. and they were watching it downstairs, and the rain was very loud upstairs, and so we just like all the kids went downstairs and we watched the last episode of the last season.
You told me about this.
And I was like, oh, this seems pretty good, and so then I started watching the whole series. So,
Oh wow.
but I really
What I like about Game of Thrones is that it captures people who would be like, oh, dragons, like that's stupid.
Yeah.
It captures them into the show without like catering to the lowest common denominator,
Yeah.
like where you're dumbing it down. Except the last season, there was so many plot holes because they're going off notes instead
Yeah.
of like fully polished books. With the exception of that, even though there was a lot of fan service, all the other seasons have just been so interesting, and like I said, getting people that would not like fantasy, not like names that sound like Targaryen or the Tullys and stuff like that, and talk with such passion about something fictitious. Because I've always had that with some stuff, but some people just don't like reading, and to be able to get that from a TV show is really cool.
Okay, so I think our next question should be, which house do we feel an allegiance to, and like why do we feel that allegiance? Like what calls us to it?
Targaryen.
Why?
Because I mean, from the very start of the show, you follow Khaleesi like go through some really, really rough shit, and
Yeah.
she picks herself up, and you see her evolve as this powerhouse character, and it's just like it's essentially her house. Like it's
Yeah.
not like you have a couple siblings who are also running the house. Like it's hers, and she's like really like bringing it out from the shadows.
She rebranded it
Yeah.
Exactly.
because they were terrible.
Yeah. So I have a strong allegiance to the Targaryens.
She's like Stark, so that's why she's looking at you like that.
No.
Oh.
So, Alyssa, what's your favorite? Which one do you feel an allegiance to?
Well, I don't really have like a strict allegiance because
Yeah.
like they might not exist after the first 2 episodes or something.
Yeah.
But
It's Tully, isn't it?
it's more like to characters, not houses. Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
You do bring up the Tullys a lot.
Well, I just watched the video about the Tullys, so like
Okay.
they're in my head, and I
Okay.
understand them more than I did like.
I mean, I like them.
than I did
but-
yesterday. Like I watched the video this
Oh,
morning,
that's
so they're not just like this like house that has the flower people. Okay, wait? Did I mess that up?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Good job.
Cut all this out. My allegiance house would be, I guess, to the Starks,
Yeah.
but more because there's more characters that I like that come out from that family. I don't like the strictness of a lot of them, like Ned. Like sometimes you're just like waiting for people to kill you at that point. Like, anyways, but I do like most of my favorite characters come from the Stark house, and I want them to succeed. And they've been through a lot of stuff, and all the houses have, but they've been through a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
there's still a lot of people living.
There are a lot of
Whereas
them.
with the Targaryen, there's like very limited people living, and they've been through a lot of stuff.
But-
So,
There's essentially one. I don't like one, so I like 100% of House Targaryen.
well, is there one?
Is
We
there?
can't talk about everything in one. Okay, there's.
Oh, there's yeah.
Yeah. So we are trying to keep the last season spoiler free because Kay has not watched that one just yet. So we're not gonna try to. But we all know what we're talking about.
Also,
Not it.
without explaining more into that, the Starks also have the most interesting history that kind of like is embedded through all the houses.
Yeah.
And
They're kind of the ones that have always been there. Like,
yeah,
even, like,
they said it from the first men all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, and like how you said, like Ned was like really strict and stuff. Like to me, it would be interesting to have seen how he evolved over the seasons because I feel like everybody like changes.
yeah.
And so it's like I would have been interested to see like how his mindset and maybe how he like went about things would have changed if he would have.
He's resistant to change, though. So,
But-
like, would he have even...
So, yeah.
So, if you lived through season 1, would he have lived through season 2?
Kay, say? Do you have an allegiance to anyone?
I was gonna say kind of like the same thing as Alyssa. I like the Starks. Man, they've been my favorites in season 1. And like she was saying, what I like about the Starks is that there's a lot of family values involved. Like every single character goes through a different set of, happenings and horrible things. But in the end, the ones that are still alive know that they have each other, as opposed to, the Lannisters, for example, which is everybody against everybody. And Khaleesi's example, like she's doing everything on her own. But I feel like, I don't know, the Starks have a strong bond, and I see that, so.
Even with Jon.
That's what I'm saying, even Jon, that it's all of my life. Seriously, like, he is not necessarily, he's a bastard, but still he is considered part of the family. Nobody sees him as less.
Yeah. I am obviously a big Stark person, but I don't know. They kind of remind me of Gryffindors a little bit.
You don't say.
Well, there's just a very much like a go get 'em attitude, but also they do have a strong like moral compass.
Is that why I like Targaryen?
Maybe
because I'm a Slytherin.
I wasn't gonna say this. I don't want to turn into Harry Potter, but I've been thinking about this the whole time.
That's weird.
It's they have a very strong moral code, whether it's like socially correct or if it's like politically correct or if it's like anything, that they know what they think to be is true and they go straight for it. And that's what I like. That's who I am as a person. Like I said, but how she is, how Kay is about Jon Snow, that's me and Robb Stark. Like TBH. Ooh, love my life. I was real upset. I knew he was gonna have to die. Because come on, obviously. Really?
No.
I knew he was like.
I didn't.
It's already happened. You saw this.
Okay.
You said you're on season 6. Don't start backtracking.
Don't start backtracking. It's literally like one of the most iconic deaths.
I've seen actually episode 1.
Just one episode.
No, you wouldn't know something. I think the episode where not Robb Stark, that's son.
Yeah.
Was he?
The Red Wedding episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So on that episode, I was half awake, half asleep. And I remember I was in the couch. Wait a second. I was in the couch and my eyes were closed. And then I opened my eyes. And then I just see all the Stark people getting decapitated. It was horrible. I was like, wait, what? Can we watch this episode again? Colin was like, my boyfriend was really angry because I fell asleep. And then I wake up and it's like all blood. I'm like, dang it. It was horrible.
I was real upset. I was crying. I knew it was gonna happen because none of them were still alive when I got to it. So I knew they were gonna have to die. But
from what I heard, other than assuming everyone's gonna die, in the novel at that point, from what I understand, the chapter when they were describing the food, because it was a wedding feast, all the food, they described it very gross, even though it wasn't necessarily gross food. And it was supposed to be a setup, something's not right, but you don't quite get that visually.
Yeah.
Except that I'm gonna call him Filch because I don't know his name.
Yes. Wilden Frey.
Wilden Frey. Except not trusting him, and the fact that why did he change his mind? He's always Filch.
He's gonna be Filch forever.
But I kind of saw it a little bit, but it was still you'd expect to kill maybe Robb, maybe his wife, not his wife, his unborn child, their bannermen, Catelyn, basically everybody.
Oh, I was upset when Catelyn died. I didn't think she was gonna die. I thought she was gonna be the one that lives the whole thing.
The way she treated Robb.
Jon,
I mean, I don't know why I said Robb. Yeah, Jon, I didn't like it.
That's true, but also you have to realize it is if
we had
I get it.
If there had to be a Stark sacrifice, she would be
really, mine would be Bran. Oh my god, he just complained.
Honestly, mine would have been Sansa until recently.
Oh my god, he does.
Bran.
Bran's really favorite to start. Or Rickon. Rickon was useless also. He was adorable, so he had that over.
He still is adorable.
See, Bran looks like all 4 of the Beatles put together, meshed into one.
As a child?
As adult, everything. He's so ugly.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Let's go back to the Catelyn hating Jon part. As much as annoying as it is, I totally get it, because she married Ned during a war. He went back to war, and then she was pregnant with Rob at that point, and he comes back with a baby. Like, if there was divorce, she would adopt him, but they can't because the marriages were an alliance. Like,
But she knew the truth.
no, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
Also,
Yeah, she knew. She knew.
What are you talking about?
No, not that.
Okay.
I'm talking about.
Okay.
No, she. Never mind.
Okay.
she.
So,
Continue.
we're gonna have to.
Are you
move.
spoiling something?
No, we're not. Brandon's about to.
No.
we should just say
She
it.
jumped on board too, so I assume.
Okay. Unfortunately, Kay, this is the point where we're gonna have to say goodbye to you.
So
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Awesome. Stay tuned. Season 8 is about to start in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll have a end of season.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're caught up by then.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't stay in the room. I was just like,
I know. I'll
So
okay.
okay.
Like 5 minutes. That should be enough.
these are our predictions for this current season that's about to air. So it is we're gonna have to tackle some things that happened in the last season. That's why Kay is leaving us. So Alyssa and Brandon, what character do you think will die for sure? Like, it's a guaranteed death.
Cersei.
Okay.
Her brother's gonna kill her.
Okay, Brandon.
Also, I want that.
Oh no. Cersei for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else. I would say probably Sansa.
One of the Stark girls, I think.
Definitely
Yeah.
one of the Starkers. Maybe even Arya. Tyrion. For sure.
It's a wish list.
I know, like, I'm trying to figure out who's gonna have for the next question.
No, the reason those is because Tyrion is the hand of the queen. And so I feel like he's the type of character, type of person who's going to sacrifice himself for her or for people he cares about. And so I don't see him fully making it to the end. Arya, same thing. I feel like she's the type of person that she would go down down fighting. Sansa, I feel like
She's kind of the head of the Starks right now.
she's the head of the Starks right now, but if she were to be gone, it would obviously be Jon.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's kind of the setup.
I see Melisandre dying too.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I just hope so.
But I want that prophecy stuff to be resolved before she dies. Like, her die realizing what the prophecy was.
I think I agree with y'all. I think Cersei's gonna die, and I agree with Alyssa. I think Jaime's gonna kill her, or Jaime's gonna die, and Cersei's gonna kill him, or they'll both die killing each other.
This is what I think is going to happen. I think that Cersei's going to kill Jaime because he's trying to kill Cersei, and then Arya's going to come along and she's going to kill Cersei.
TBH, I wouldn't be surprised if Cersei kills Jaime, and then Brienne kills
Arya's
Cersei.
been getting back because Arya has that list, and she's been pretty much doing good with it. It's like, my name is Earl.
Just as like, I'm with you. I really hate Cersei, and I really love Jaime. And so it's been very complicated being a Jaime fan when Cersei's still alive, just so everyone's aware.
I can't be 100% Jaime fan after Joffrey's death, but I do like his redemption, even though it's like a little asterisk.
He's so funny. He's one of the funniest characters. Oh my god.
You know what I'm referencing?
Yeah, I know what you're referencing.
Okay.
I mean, like, besides that, but, like, I mean, and
Besides that
like,
little petty
and he,
crime.
like, if someone's like trying to argue with him, he always has like the funniest like comebacks. Like him and Tyrion, they're like, I don't know what they've been teaching them Lannister boys, but
They
humor
can get
was
whatever
it.
they want.
It's not true.
Yes, they
Tyrion
do.
doesn't get everything he wants. Tyrion gets made fun of.
That money could buy anything.
Oh, that. Yes. He doesn't
And you
get to
can get whatever
marry
you
who
want.
he
Almost.
Huh?
I said, and you can almost get whatever you want.
Unless your dad hates you. I mean, I also think Daenerys is gonna die.
I have a feeling.
Blasphemy.
I don't think like. I think she's already kind of turning into a true Targaryen. I think there's madness coming out.
Yeah, because all of them are inbred. That's the whole reason
I
that they
think
were mad.
So, like, the madness of the Targaryen house, I think, is coming out. Because you kind of thought Daenerys at the beginning of the show was, like, above that. And she's not been the same since, like, her first husband. What's his name?
Khal Drogo.
Khal Drogo, yes. The pretty boy. Since he died. And it's just getting, like, worse. So I think in order to save her character, they would have to kill her off. If that makes sense. Otherwise, she's going to go insane. Also, I think a dragon, like the dead dragon, I think is going to kill her.
I feel like she's worth saving and she can be saved if Tyrion stays alive to help her. Because since Tyrion and her have met up, they're so opposites, but in the ways that each other needs. Like, she needs to take a chill pill sometimes.
I am so looking forward to her and Sansa meeting, though. Because, like, I mean, they haven't. This entire show, that they haven't. I feel
like they would get along if they didn't have all the family backstory, which is what the show is about. What happened in the last thing before the show started.
Who do you think will sit on the Iron Throne?
Daenerys Targaryen. Mic drop.
Okay.
I am not sure.
Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds to think.
That's so compelling.
5, 4.
No, she's gonna talk.
I think it's gonna be either Sansa. I do. I think it's like the show started kind of with like a Stark dying. I think there's like some kind of closure.
I feel like if Sansa was the one on the Iron Throne, people would riot.
Yeah, because she's been wanting that from the beginning. It doesn't matter that she.
No, I feel like fans would be pissed.
She's very much like Cersei, but like a better like version of Cersei, and I think that's why. Another reason I think. Or I think it's gonna be someone way out of left field.
Baratheon boy.
Gendry.
Yeah, I call it Baratheon boy. Baratheon bastard.
I think
that's okay to say in a podcast because they use the word on the show. Okay.
But I think we can totally have like. I think Gendry is a very viable option. Or he's going to die in the first episode of the season. I mean, I don't think there's an either or with him.
I'm totally blanking out. The night that was watching Catherine the Woman, the only, like, female knight in the show. I'm blanking out. With a white...
Brienne?
Brienne.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, Brienne better get a good retirement package. She has done so much work. She has protected Starks to her best ability. She has protected so many people.
The Lannisters?
Yes.
Because she's BFFs with Jaime.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll survive?
Yeah, and she's gonna go off and marry
I think
Jaime.
she will, unless she does a dumb thing like sacrifice herself. I think she will. Because she would do that for any of the Stark kids.
Yeah.
And there's several alive. So if any of them are put in a situation where they're going to die and she's around, she will fight for them, whether they want it or not. She could just, like, pick them up and put them in a tree. She's so tall. And then fight whoever she wants. Like, whenever she feels like she needs to.
I like how none of us said Jon Snow. For either one.
Jon's not going to live.
You don't think Jon's going to live?
No.
I think if Jon does live... There's like 75% of me thinks he'll die, but the 25% of me thinks if he doesn't die, he'll be the Iron Throne guy.
Daenerys and Jon are gonna die a very Romeo and Juliet style.
Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about that relationship.
Well, my dad thinks that Daenerys isn't really a Targaryen, but he thinks that Jon is.
Okay, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question even though I'm not producer?
Yes.
Okay, there's 3 heads of the dragon in the prophecy.
Yes.
Daenerys, probably Jon. Then who's the third one?
I don't know. Like, it means you want to go... my brain wants to say... Do you
think it's Tyrion?
You think Tyrion? I think Tyrion would be a good one.
But you won't get a dragon. Because they took it.
My brain is also thinking maybe Sansa, just because of her red hair. That's really the only. And then I also think maybe Gendry. Like, I think
he has no Targaryen though.
He's not a Targaryen.
I feel like they have to have like a little bit.
But I mean, technically, like, I was looking at like a giant like family tree the other day. Technically, the Baratheon, Robert is descended from a Targaryen.
Oh yeah.
So, okay.
We'll talk about this.
We'll talk about this
when it ends.
when it ends. We'll talk about
We'll have like
a read through.
not a redo, but like a part 2.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining. And I will see you.
Fantastic being here. Dun, 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 dun,
Okay, well, we're gonna stop before anyone starts to actually sing.